What's going on, boys? We are back. I'm gonna be more consistent with the uploads. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. But today, what I want to talk about is me watching Young Sheldon. So I decided to finally tune in some Netflix, man. I've been watching, Young Sheldon, on Netflix. For most of my entertainment, I usually watch a lot of YouTube. That's what I watch, man. I watch a ton of YouTube videos from all types of different YouTubers. I watch a bunch of gaming content. That's like the number one thing I watch. And I also watch a good amount of commentary content, just like you're watching this video, commentary type stuff. I usually watch a lot of those videos because, I don't know, they just seem more enjoyable to me than most, and it's just super enjoyable, right? So I decided to finally open and expand my horizons and watch a little bit of Netflix, man, and start watching a little bit more TV shows and stuff, because I've never really dove my feet into that type of stuff. And growing up as well, I usually watch just a bunch of YouTube. Like, YouTube's basically my life for the most part, man. I watch YouTube, I make YouTube videos. Everything about YouTube is technically my life, man. So now, how I got to watching Young Sheldon is because I've just been seeing a bunch of TikToks on it. It seems like every time I go on TikTok, there's always some type of Young Sheldon clip on there. And if you guys don't know what Young Sheldon is, it's basically a show based off Sheldon, the character from The Big Bang Theory. It's a prequel, right? So it's like Sheldon's childhood, with his mom, dad, his brother and sister, his grandma, or I guess they call her the Meemaw and stuff like that. And I like the new characters that they introduced in that show, like the pastor, what's his name, Pastor Jeff, Pastor Rob. Like, they're all really good, enjoyable characters. And the show, I gotta say, is actually really, really good. I really do like it. I mean, there really isn't nothing too much to really complain about this show. The only thing I gotta complain about this show is sometimes the pacing is a little goofy, right? There's some areas in the show where it is like it's paced good. I'm like, okay, this is nice. And then there's some where it's just paced super slow. I'm like, okay, when is this scene gonna be over, or when is this gonna be over? And then there's just other times where it's just too fast, where it's like bang bang bang, this happened, and you as the audience, in my opinion, just can't take it all in at once. You're like, okay, I'm trying to process this. Okay, this happened, but then like 2 seconds later there's something else happened. I'm like, what's like the consequence? Like, what is what's going on here? And so that's kind of like the only thing I gotta say bad about the show, is that sometimes the pacing is a little garbage. That's it. Other than that, man, like, everything else is just really, 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 really good. From the storytelling, I think, is really good. The acting as well is pretty good, man. I feel like all the characters fit perfect with who they're casted at, especially the young Sheldon. I think the actor's name's like Ian something. I don't know his full name, but he does a really good job, in my opinion, comparing to Sheldon in The Big Bang Theory. Now, I haven't watched The Big Bang Theory, okay, but I've seen some clips, and I've seen some of it on actual TV, and like sometimes my parents are like sometimes flipping it on. I know the show ended a couple years ago. And I think I ended like in 2019, I think, right? Am I right with that? I don't know, but I definitely got to tune into that show now, especially with me watching Young Sheldon, man. It seems only right. And I know in that show, Young Sheldon, there is a lot of Big Bang Theory references. Like, for example, at the end of season 2, well, spoiler warning. Well, I mean, chances are you're watching this video, you already seen it. But at the end of season 2, they show like all of the Big Bang Theory characters as like little kids, right? I think that's pretty cool, man. And there was a few other teasers or like little Easter eggs, right, in that show, but I didn't get it because I haven't seen Big Bang Theory. But even not knowing anything too much about the Big Bang Theory, you could still watch the show without having that knowledge, and I think that's what makes a great show. That's why I enjoy a bunch of different like shows, like good shows, for example, like good shows that are based off something different, like a prequel or sequel. Good shows, like, you don't have to know about the other shows to actually enjoy the content. I feel like that's what makes a good show. And so I know I probably sound a little bit confusing, but that's how I kind of see it, where I know that this is a good show because I didn't have to know anything about the Big Bang Theory to really like this show. And it's just good, man. Like, there really isn't too much to complain about the show at all, again, other than the pacing. As I said, the actors are cool, the funny moments are funny, the sad moments are pretty like or the emotional scenes, right, are pretty emotional. I guess another thing I would a little bit complain about is that I wish the emotional scenes were a little bit longer. It seems like a lot of the emotional scenes usually happen near the end of the episode, and they're pretty short, man. Like, it's just like, okay, this pretty nice moment, and then next moment it's like something crazy. That's another thing I guess I would talk about, that I guess that's a little complaint there. But again, that kind of falls into the part of pacing, where pacing's a little bit goofy in this show sometimes. But other than that, man, it's a fun show. If you have never seen the show, I would highly recommend it to anybody. It's a nice chill show, no matter who you are and what you like, man. I feel like anybody can enjoy this type of show, man. It's just cool, it's fun and enjoyable. And I had fun watching it, man, all the way to season 6. That's what it is on Netflix. Now, season 7 and stuff, it's going on actually right now, the final season of Young Sheldon. I'm definitely gonna be watching that, checking that out. You know, on whenever that comes out on Netflix. I think it's like they said the end of 2024. I know it's on Paramount Plus, but my family doesn't have Paramount Plus. I think we might get it soon. So once I get Paramount Plus and stuff like that, I'm gonna be making a bunch more YouTube videos here on the channel, just reviewing movies and TV shows. So yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't. So yeah, man, that's all I really have for you guys today, talking about young Sheldon and stuff like that, man. I mean, it's a pretty fun show, you know, pretty fun show, pretty enjoyable. I like all the characters. I would say the best scene in that show, if I was to tell, or the best scene, right? Like if I was to, I guess, talked about it, I don't really even know. I'm trying to think right now. I don't really know, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really think of what's the best scene. I just don't really know what it is. And so that I don't know about that one. But the worst scene, again, I don't even know. All I know is that it's just a pretty fun and good show. And if I was to rate Young Sheldon out of 10, I would give it a solid 7 out of 10, man. It's fun and enjoyable. Pacing's good. Episodes are not long as well. They're like 18 minutes long, which is, I feel like, a good amount for a show. Sometimes there's just shows where it's like 45 minutes an episode. Then 15 episodes. Sometimes that's a little bit too long, and you know, I don't really like long shows. Like for example, One Piece. I try to watch One Piece. I kind of gave up on it like 200 episodes in, because I just cannot sit there and watch 1,000 episodes. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like One Piece is just way too dragged out, and I get it. That's kind of part of the show's like thing. But for Young Sheldon, you know, as I said, pacing's a little bit goofy, but I feel like it all fits, you know what I mean? So it's a 7 out of 10, solid show, and the ending I feel like it's going to be pretty cool as well, so I can't wait to see what the ending's going to look like, all the teasers, whatever. It's going to be pretty enjoyable. So yeah, that's all I really have for you guys today, man. If you guys enjoy, of course, like, subscribe for your brand new, follow my social and stuff like that down in the comment section, my goodness. It's your boy Daniel. We're so close to monetize, man. Please give me time monetization. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Have a great day. Have a blessed day. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys later.